All right, we are back with the Bible versus the good book. Remember, we switched this for the month of March and we are focusing on things that are in the Bible but may not be in the good book or may not be something that is talked about commonly in churches or among people. We are focusing on women of the Bible for the month of March because it's Women's History Month. And we are going to focus on somebody who I think is very near and dear to our lives personally. And I think her story needs to be told. I think it needs to be said in the way that it happened so that we can understand how to live this thing a little bit better. I am talking about Leah, and most people know her as Rachel's sister, but I want to talk about her as Leah, the oldest, the standalone, as her own individual person. Her story is highlighted and begins in Genesis chapter 29. In verse 17, it says, Leah was tender eyed. We see this all the time, and everybody's kind of like debated over what that means. It says Leah was tender eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well favored, meaning she wasn't as pretty as her sister. Leah was not the pretty one. Leah was not the one that everybody wanted. Leah is not the one that was in high demand. So all of us have had those kind of unpretty days. All of us have had those moments where, you have a sister or a cousin or a friend that is the pretty one that gets all the attention. And I want to focus on the fact that God got something for all of us, regardless of your shape, regardless of your color, your size, how pretty you are, what your nose look like, what your eyes look like. It doesn't matter. Everyone has talked about her being cross-eyed and all these other things. I think she just wasn't as pretty as her sister. I think that's what that means because it didn't highlight her sister's eyes. It didn't highlight her sister's vision. It highlighted the fact that her sister was beautiful. So I'm going to go with that. But what I want to get into is her story. So Leah is the oldest of the two sisters, and her father tricks Jacob, who has worked for 7 years to earn the right to marry Rachel. He tricks him into marrying Leah. Now, they had to go through some stuff to get him to trick him into marrying her because that means that he left the wedding, consummated the marriage before he ever looked in her face. And that's a whole problem for a different day. But this woman is the subject of this trick. When the morning comes and Jacob realizes who he's with, he complains to her father. This ain't what I asked for. And to be that woman in that position has got to have been hard. But Rachel is the one that he wanted, and it's the one that he continues to work for. It is the one that he pursues and pours all his affection on. But Leah is still his wife. Leah is still there. Leah is still faithful to him and does her job in the way she's supposed to. There are lots of us who have been loyal to the wrong person. There are lots of us have been loyal because we were here first and I earned it first. And I want to talk about her evolution as a person. So, of course, Leah is married to him and he still comes and visits her because they married. And she gives birth to the majority of his sons. His sons go on to become the Israelites, the tribes, the 12 tribes. They go on to become the Hebrews that go into Egypt and come out as escaped slaves and victorious in so many battles. The majority of those tribes come from her. We are going to put some respect on the name Leah. We're not going to talk about what her sister got or what somebody else did or any of those things. We're going to talk about her and the fact that she is the mother to more than half of those tribes and those children that he has. Her first son, when she has the first son, because she has babies back to back to back for 4 kids, the first son is Reuben. And I'm talking about her evolution as a person. The first son is Reuben, and she names him that because it means, behold, a son. She has started off already saying, oh my God, I have given this man a son. This is the legacy that he's looking for. This junior right here. I've given him everything that he needed to show that I'm a good wife. I am a strong support. I can bear his children. I can take care of them. Behold, not only did I give you your first child, it was a boy. I did a good job. Look and see me. See me. Know that I'm here. Then the next baby comes immediately after that. And that one is Simeon. And it means he has heard. And she's like, look, I've been praying and calling out for his affection. I have been calling out and asking him to love me. Just care about me in the way that you care about my sister who's giving you no children. I'm over here really doing this thing. It's real hard to have babies back in this time. They have epidurals. So I am doing this, and I feel like God has heard my cry and he's honoring me. So you should be able to honor me. She's still looking to this man, Jacob, to love her. And then the next son is Levi. She says, I have 3 boys now. We should surely be joined together. We should surely be together. At this point, you should want to be with me more than her. I've given you 3 babies and she's still giving you none. I'm over here being a good wife. I'm there for you when you need me. And I'm taking care of your children. I am birthing your future and your legacy right now. We should be joined together. You should love me. I don't want just your body. I want your heart. And then she has her 4th son. And there is a miraculous turn. And I want us to give credit to this woman for this. She names that child Judah. And Judah means to praise. And she praises God for her children. She praises God for the opportunity to be a mother and to have her own little tribe. The family that she came from didn't love her the way she needed to be loved. The family that she married into still didn't love her the way she needed to be loved. But that family that she birthed loves her, cares for her. She is important and integral and is needed by them. That is what she's praising God for. She has shifted now from the 3rd son to the 4th son to begging this man to look at her, to thanking God for what she has, for being grateful for where she is in life and understanding that this right here, if I just take my eyes off of him and put my eyes on God, I'm going to be okay. And so I want to point that out. I want to stop for a quick second right there and pause on that. It doesn't matter if you were there first. He loved her. It doesn't matter if he continues to come and see you. He spent night after night, weekend after weekend. He still comes to visit you. It doesn't matter if his heart is with her. Do not set yourself up to be in this situation. She has shown us that you got to start to love God and let God love you instead of chasing the love and admiration from a man. Okay. We're going to go and we're going to keep moving. So over time, she realizes she's not having any more babies. And this woman is loving having a big family. And so she gives her maid as a wife to her husband. And her maid Zilpah has 2 sons. And these 2 sons she names because they have a very close relationship. It would be like a godmother mother type situation where they jointly raise this child together. But Leah names him, and she names him Gad and Asher, meaning good fortune, happy and blessed. She is happy. She is blessed. She recognizes how great it is to have these children, this family. She has created a family that loves her. She is surrounded. Instead of searching for this one man to love her, God has now given her 6 that adore her and love her in only the way a kid can. It is a whole different thing. So, because she is still fruitful, she is still wonderful, she is still handcrafted by God, God again opens her womb and she has 2 more sons. So, she has birthed 6 of the sons on her own. She is responsible for 8 of them. And those last 2 sons are Issachar, whose name means reward. This child is a reward for her labor, for enduring this situation that she didn't have a choice to be in and she don't have a choice on getting out. But she endured it, and she endured it in peace and grace and love of God. And God has rewarded her with yet another man to love her. And Zebulon, his name means gift or dwelling honor. She now carries the honor of being a mother. She carries the honor of maintaining this man's legacy. At this point, the wife he loved, still trying to have a baby. She has given her maid to him as a wife. And that maid has had children, and she's still working on it. From there, she has her final child with him, and that child is Dinah. She has given him 6 sons and his only daughter. And her life has changed over the years. Over time of being here and fighting for his affection, she recognizes that she needs to rely on God to love her. We need to rely on God to love us. This is not a sad story of an unloved woman who just kept having babies, because she recognized that she can trust and love and lean on God, and God will love her. And he will send her the love that she needs. And physically, she had all these babies around her that loved her and cared for her. And she was happy being a mother. She wasn't an unloved wife. She was a happy mother. She wasn't an ignored woman. She was the beginning of a legacy. She raised these boys up. She took care of them. She was there for them and they were there for her. And God loved her better than that man ever could. And if he ain't loving you right, and I mean like buying you stuff. I don't mean he ain't taking you on trips and things like that. But if his heart is with somebody else, stop fighting it and let him go. It don't matter if y'all got kids. She had kids. She still turned her heart to God. Turn it over to God and let God work that situation out. You all be blessed and absolutely enjoy your Women's History Month.